Most travel gear looks great in ads, until you're 3 flights deep, 2 countries in, and realize half of it doesn't actually help. Hey, Johannes from Gear Up Your Life here. And today, I'm sharing 12 secret travel essentials that have quietly become my go-tos over years of full-time travel. These are the underrated items that don't get flashy reviews or viral hype, but once you've used them, you'll never travel without them again. Some of them solve problems you didn't even realize you had, others just make every trip smoother, lighter, and a little more enjoyable. And of course, stick around till the end, because I've got 4 bonus picks. Small upgrades that make a surprisingly big difference. Our first secret essential is the Matador Pocket Blanket 3.0, and this one is a perfect example of a product that looks simple, but ends up being ridiculously useful. Picture this, you're sitting on damp grass during a sunset, waiting for a bus on a dusty roadside, or just want a clean spot to relax while exploring a new city. Most people either stay standing or sacrifice their jacket, but this little thing changes that completely. The pocket blanket folds down to the size of your hand, yet opens up into a full-sized waterproof layer that keeps you dry and clean anywhere. It's tear resistant, puncture proof, and even has small corner weights so it doesn't fly away with the wind. You can use it at the beach, a mountain viewpoint, or even as a backup sheet in a questionable hostel. What makes it a secret essential is how invisible it feels in your setup. It disappears in your bag, but every time you pull it out, you realize just how many problems it quietly solves. And if you're looking for a cheaper alternative, the 4 Monster Travel Towel is a great option. Under $10, quick drying and surprisingly cozy if you ever need it as a blanket. For me, this is one of those rare items that proves small gear can completely change how comfortable and prepared you feel while traveling. Our next secret essential is the Hero Clip, a small piece of gear that looks like a normal carabiner, but secretly does way more than most people realize. The Hero Clip unfolds into a rotating hook that can hang from tables, shelves, railings, or even branches if you're outdoors. It can hold up to 60 pounds yet folds flat when you're done, so it takes up almost no space. I've used it to hang my camera bag in airports, my backpack in hostels, and even my toiletries from random bathroom hooks when the counters were soaking wet. And what makes it a secret essential for me is how often it quietly saves your gear from dirt, water, or chaos without you thinking about it. Most people overlook it because it looks too basic, until it keeps their entire setup clean and organized in one move. It's the kind of tool you don't appreciate at first glance, but once you've used it a few times, you'll never pack a bag without it again. Our third gadget here is something I've mentioned a lot before, a foldable day pack, or more specifically the ultralight day pack from Osprey. For me, it just makes total sense. Even though I usually travel with a big backpack and a sling bag, I still want to have an actual backpack for hikes, day trips, or exploring new cities. And because this one folds down to such a tiny size, it's a no-brainer to pack. It disappears in your main bag until you actually need it. The Osprey day pack folds into its own pocket, weighs almost nothing, and still gives you enough space for a jacket, snacks, camera gear, or a bottle of water. The straps are surprisingly comfortable for how light it is, and the material feels far more durable than you'd expect from something that small. What makes it a secret essential is how much freedom it adds. You can leave your main bag in the hostel, walk around hands-free, and still carry everything you need for the day. Most travelers underestimate how big of a difference that makes, but after one trip with it, you'll never go back to dragging your full pack everywhere again. Next up is something I didn't think I'd ever need until I started traveling full-time. A shoe pouch, and the one I've been using is from Peak Design. It sounds simple. Once you've packed a pair of sandy beach shoes or sweaty running trainers next to your clean clothes, you instantly get why this thing matters. For beach vacations, it keeps sand out of your luggage. For runners or gym goers, it separates your workout gear from everything else. And now that we're heading into the colder months, when shoes get muddy or wet, it becomes even more essential. The Peak Design shoe pouch folds completely flat when empty and expands when you need it. It's made from a lightweight, weather-resistant 70D nylon with a polyurethane coating, so it's both water-repellent and easy to wipe clean. The fabric feels premium but tough, thin enough to stay compact, yet strong enough to handle heavy shoes without tearing. It even stands upright on its own, which makes packing and unpacking way easier than using plastic bags. I've tested a few different versions over the years, but this one just nails the balance between durability, flexibility, and packability. It's one of those pieces of gear that quietly keeps your entire setup cleaner, lighter, and better organized, especially when you're moving between climates or activities on the same trip. Next up, something super practical that most people only think about the night before a flight: leak-proof travel bottles. You know those cheap ones from airport sets that always seem to explode at altitude, or leak shampoo all over your toiletry bag? Yeah, I've had that happen more than once. After years of trying random brands, I finally picked up the Gravelsoft 3-ounce bottles, and I honestly think they might be the best ones on the market right now. I bought them before my trip to Croatia and Greece this winter, mostly because I saw them recommended by Pack Hacker, and to be fair, they were right. These bottles are soft, flexible, and made from high-quality silicone that doesn't stiffen up or crack over time. They're TSA approved, super easy to refill, and the flat design actually helps you squeeze out every last drop. They come in a pack of 2 for around €14. €, which is definitely more expensive than the random Amazon sets, but in my opinion, it's still totally worth it. After using them for 2 months now, not a single leak, no mess, and they still look brand new. For something that literally just holds liquid, it's crazy how much peace of mind these tiny bottles can give you when you're constantly on the move. Our next gadget is one of my personal favorites, the Sea to Summit clothesline. It's such a simple piece of gear, but it completely changes how you handle laundry while traveling. Most people don't think about washing clothes until they're stuck in a humid Airbnb bathroom with nowhere to hang anything, and that's exactly when this thing saves the day. It's a tiny elastic cord with built-in beads that grip your clothes so you don't even need pegs. You just stretch it between 2 points, a balcony, bunk bed, or shower frame, and you've got an instant drying station. It weighs next to nothing, takes up less space than a roll of tape, and sets up in seconds. Like I've mentioned before, I always pack it together with soak no rinse detergent and a few mini travel clippers. That combo makes me 100% self-sufficient. I can wash and dry my clothes anywhere without relying on laundromats or overpriced hotel services. It's one of those things you only start appreciating after a few long trips. You save money, stay fresh, and honestly there's something kind of satisfying about having your own tiny laundry setup hanging on a balcony somewhere in the sun. Our next gadget is probably the least exciting looking item on this list, Velcro cable ties. They're tiny, cheap, and honestly kind of boring at first glance, until you realize how many problems they solve. These little straps keep all your tech cables organized and stop cords from tangling inside your bag, and can even bundle things like camera gear, power banks, or chargers together when you're packing fast. I've used them for way more than just tech. I've tied up shoes, secured tripods, and even used one to hang my towel on a balcony when I ran out of clips. They weigh practically nothing, last forever, and you can find a pack of 20 for a few euros on Amazon. The cool part is how versatile they are. You can label them, color code them, or even daisy chain a few together for bigger items. They just quietly make your setup cleaner and more functional every single day. In my opinion, it's a secret essential because you never think about it until you actually start using them. And then suddenly, you find yourself wondering how you ever traveled without them. It's one of those small upgrades that makes you look like the kind of traveler who's got everything under control, even when you don't. Our next gadget is one I've talked about a few times before, the MZ00 sleep mask. If you travel a lot, you know that sleeping on planes, trains, or in bright hotel rooms can be a nightmare. For the longest time, I just used the free airline masks, the thin ones that press against your eyelids and somehow still let light through. They work for an hour or two, but if you're on an overnight flight or long bus ride, they just don't cut it. Then I tried the MZ00 mask, and to be honest, it completely changed how I sleep while traveling. The 3D design keeps the fabric away from your eyes, so you can actually blink and move naturally, while the soft memory foam creates a full blackout seal. The material feels premium but super lightweight, and the strap never pulls or tangles in your hair. I've used it for more than 2 years now, on flights to Asia, night trains across Europe, and even just for naps between editing sessions, and it's been consistently perfect. For me, this mask is one of those small items that quietly upgrades your quality of life on the road. Sleep is the one thing you can't replace with gear, but this one genuinely helps you get more of it. And right now, it's actually on sale for around $15, which makes it one of the best value upgrades you can get for any trip. Gadget number 9 keeps us in the same category, comfort and sleep, and it's the turtleneck pillow. After I gave one away on Instagram, I actually got a ton of messages from people asking for alternatives. So I'll link 2 classic options down below as well. But first, let's talk about what makes the turtle so different. At first glance, it doesn't even look like a pillow. It's more like a soft scarf, but inside there's a hidden internal frame that supports your neck and jaw, keeping your head in a natural position while you sleep. That means no more waking up with that weird neck cramp after nodding off in economy class. What I love most about it is the balance between comfort and packability. It's way smaller than those bulky U-shaped pillows, and it doesn't take up half your carry-on. You just wrap it around your neck, secure the Velcro strap, and it quietly does its job. The material feels cozy, breathable, and it's machine washable, which is honestly a must after long flights. I've tried so many neck pillows over the years, but this one finally solved the problem in a smart, minimalist way. It's the kind of travel gear that doesn't look impressive, until you actually use it and realize how much better you sleep because of it. Gadget number 10 is one of those things most travelers never think about, travel slippers. It sounds unnecessary, right? Until you're walking across a cold airport floor at 3 a.m. or stepping into a hotel bathroom that doesn't exactly look spotless. That's when you realize how underrated a good pair of slippers actually is. My personal favorites are the ones from Anmo. They're lightweight, washable, and super compact, but I've also tested the Buxton travel slippers, and those are honestly just as good. A bit softer, with a nicer grip on smooth floors. Both pack flat, take almost no space, and instantly make any Airbnb, hostel, or overnight flight feel a little more like home. It's a secret essential because it adds comfort in a moment you don't expect it, when you're tired, barefoot, and just want a bit of normalcy on the road. You might not use them every day, but the one time you do, you'll thank yourself for packing them. Gadget number 11 is a simple upgrade, a travel water bottle. For me, that's the Awala Free Sip, easily one of the best bottles I've ever used on the road. It's leak-proof, super durable, and what I love most is the dual drinking system. You can either sip through the built-in straw or tilt it back like a regular bottle. It sounds small, but when you're constantly switching between airports, hikes, and work setups, it just makes sense. I've used mine every single day during summer trips through Spain and Portugal, and it's held up perfectly. No weird smells, no leaks in the backpack, and it even keeps drinks cold for hours thanks to the insulated steel body. The handle on top also clips easily onto bags, so you're never juggling it when your hands are full. It's a secret essential because hydration sounds basic, but when you're traveling full time, it becomes a game of convenience. Having a bottle that's easy to carry, clean and trust means you drink more, waste less, and save a ton of plastic along the way. Last but not least, probably the most famous gadget on this entire list, the airfly adapter. It's one of those travel accessories that looks tiny and simple but completely changes how you experience long flights. You just plug it into the airplane's headphone jack, pair it once with your Bluetooth headphones, and suddenly you're using your own noise cancelling gear instead of those cheap wired earbuds the airline hands out. It's compact, reliable, and gives you the freedom to actually enjoy your entertainment setup on any flight. And while the airfly is definitely one of the most polished versions out there, I also have to say the UGR-EEN Bluetooth adapter, which I bought about 2 months ago for almost half the price, is honestly just as impressive. The connection is stable, the sound is great, and it hasn't failed once during my recent trips. So whether you go with airfly or the budget-friendly UGR-EEN option, both will completely upgrade your in-flight comfort. It's a secret essential because it solves a small universal problem, and once you've experienced flying without cables tangled around your seatbelt, you'll never want to go back. And don't go anywhere yet. I've still got 4 bonus gadgets that are just as clever, and maybe even more useful than the ones we've covered so far. But before we jump into the bonus gadgets, I've got something cool to share. Our website is finally online. So if you've ever wanted to see the person behind this channel, my story, how Gear Up Your Life started, and where it's going, just click the first link in the description. And if you don't really care about me, that's fine too, because there you'll also find over 10 free lists, guides, and comparisons to make your next trip easier and better organized. Alright, let's keep it going and dive into the bonus gadgets. Our first bonus gadget is a pair of physics compression socks, easily one of the most underrated comfort upgrades for long flights. They improve blood circulation, reduce swelling, and keep your legs feeling fresh even after 10 hours in economy. They go for around $15, and after your first long-haul flight with them, you'll never fly without them again. Next, the Nano Bag, one of my favorite reusable travel bags. It folds down smaller than a keychain, weighs almost nothing, but carries up to 18 kilos. Perfect for groceries, laundry, or random airport snacks when your backpack's already full. It usually goes for about $20, and it's one of those items that quietly saves your day again and again. Our third bonus gadget is the lacrosse ball. Super simple, but amazing for travel recovery. After long flights, hikes, or gym sessions, you can use it to roll out sore legs or your back against a wall. It's like bringing a mini physio with you for just $8, and it takes up less space than a pair of socks. And finally, the collapsible bowl from Fossil. Whether it's for camping, breakfast in your hotel room, or prepping snacks on the go, it's lightweight, folds completely flat, and comes in a 2-pack for $20. I've used mine for everything from oatmeal to instant noodles, and it's one of those tiny gadgets that make travel feel just a bit more flexible. There you have it, 12 secret travel essentials plus 4 bonus picks that I honestly use all the time. If you want to see even more real travel essentials, the gear I bring on every single trip, click the video on the left. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do it right here on the right. Also, a quick thank you. We're getting really close to 10,000 subscribers, and that honestly means a lot. And don't forget, if you want my full database of travel gadgets, checklists, and packing templates, it's all free in the Gear Vault newsletter, linked below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.